Thank you, Jesus. Here we go. It is March 19th, 2023. Okay.
What's up, cuz?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, Mike,
Hi.
up in Minnesota.
Yeah. There it is. That's Minnesota all out there. 80 inches of snow.
That's
Wow.
that's a lot of snow.
It's melting, but it's too much. Too much.
Man, that was the real deal, wasn't it?
It's been a long, long winter.
Yeah, I must say it's been like that for us too.
Yeah, you and your new rivers and
Yeah,
rain
the
filling
spirit
up.
rivers. Yeah.
You got a haircut.
Oh, I just combed it.
Okay, then.
Yeah, that's all it was. I just combed it. That's all that is.
And I don't know if you're Kentucky, if you take this 14 seconds off of the clock, you're going to be at 25 in a two-possession game. So, yeah, you don't have to foul if you are Kentucky here. Obviously, they're going to go for a steal, but there's enough time for them to play solid defense and get down the court quick for a quick two.
Yeah, it's March Madness, isn't it?
It kind of is. We're doing the hockey thing. Just finished the hockey weekends.
Hello, everybody. Eddie, you still down in Texas?
No, I'm at home. Well, I'm in the state. I'm not at home.
Okay. That wasn't a long stay.
No, it was just for the weekend. It turned out pretty good, though.
Did you got it like that?
Look, y'all travel more than I do.
Yeah, just going from place to place to travel here in California.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm gonna be mobile until I get back to the house, so I'm headed back home.
That's fine, man.
You know, you always catch me when I'm out and running around.
You got to do your honeydews.
Who's Eddie's backseat passenger?
Oh, that's my cross. I want to let y'all know that I'm a very spiritual man, and I don't want y'all doing all that rambunctious talking, you know.
About mountain oysters?
Huh?
About mountain oysters?
Even
What
that.
rambunctious talk?
Huh?
What rambunctious talk are you talking about?
Well, you know how you adults get started. Y'all get started. Y'all start talking about all kind of stuff. And I don't want y'all to taint my ears.
I'm from the West. I'm not in that mess.
So now I'll be at home in a little bit. I have to go do some shopping for tomorrow.
What's the weather like there, Eddie?
Cold, bro. How you see I got my big coat on? Look, got my big coat on. San Francisco. It's cold. This is my first time outside.
Don't let my picture fool you. It's just
So
a prop.
what's on the agenda for today?
Well, we're gonna go through Family Tree Maker. We're gonna go through that. I'm gonna share some of that tool. And since our last meeting, I received a more accurate tree from Francis Haywood, and just want to encourage people to take a little bit more time and correct your tree as much as you can. Simplify it, eliminate your doubles, and this is one of the tools that you can use to do that, to eliminate doubles from your tree. And you also can you also be able to print out PDF reports. As you know the power of it, Eddie, of that family tree maker.
I'm new at this. I think Teresa's good.
Do you have the program, Teresa?
No, I do not. He knows I don't.
Can family tree be linked to ancestry?
Say it again, sorry.
Can family tree be linked to ancestry?
I believe it can, yes.
Yes, it is. You know, you have your they're together. You can do your work on ancestry or family tree maker, and I'm going to show you a few examples. But right now we're getting, warmed up, getting ready to. And if there's anything that any of you want to share, like this, Diane, this, like you talking about the painter program.
DNA painter, I'm working on it now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to interview on the truck.
And Tamara, how's it been since you've had your move?
I want to do it on the 24 hours.
She has to turn her microphone on.
Where y'all from anyway? Danville, Connecticut. What is that? It's about an hour and a half from New York City. You know, the center of the world.
Sorry, Tamara, I had to mute her. It's not often I do that. But she's pretty busy. So a lot of the preliminaries are out of the way. I talked with Juan Dale this week and encouraged him to send his test in. My first cousin Juan Dale, he was pretty, enthusiastic about it. As Diane says, we want to get as many of our family members tested as possible.
Gary, I got a message from Theodora. I was thinking she was on the Nelson side, but I'm looking at under DNA painter. She's matching segments on the Moss side. So she is a part of the group.
Which one?
Theodora Maxwell, you remember her?
Yes.
She is on family tree DNA. And she joined us one time about maybe 3 years ago. And she sent me a message recently saying she had been talking to you. Oh, well, it's neither here nor there. It's just that it looks like she is on the Moss branch for my family. That's an interesting to look at here from a DNA painter from that standpoint.
Well, that's another example of all the tools that we have. So, let's have some brief introductions, and then I'll go into my program. Or do you want to go first into painter, Diane?
Oh, no, I'm just listening. Well, I'm working on mine while we talk.
That's good. Let's start with just give us your name, where you're located at, and what your research interest is. Starting with Wandale. then Mike, Eddie, Teresa, Diane, Darlene, and then Tamara. Wanda?
Yeah, good afternoon, family. How's everybody?
Finding you.
I'm doing okay. My name is Wandale Jackson. I live in Los Angeles, California. Jerry Moss is my first cousin. My father's name is Hubert B. Moss. I was born in Omaha, Nebraska, and I didn't meet Jerry until I was in my 20s because I didn't know about this side of my family. So Jerry has been really enthusiastic about this family tree and the genealogy. So he keeps me informed, and he kind of pulls me in his tailwind. So I have to go along with him because we're first cousins, but he keeps me in the groove. So like again, I'm in Los Angeles, California. I'm Wandale Jackson. I'm Jerry Moss's first cousin.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, I'm Mike McGee. I'm in near Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm related to the Moss family, where James Monroe Moss is my grandfather. And that became revealed about 3 years ago through DNA and Jerry Moss extending the hands, sending an email, say, "Hello, cuz," and I go, "What?" And that began our association and some of the other tree parts that fall into place now. So it's very interesting. Glad to meet you all.
And I've been able to meet Mike personally. Jump in and ask any questions, anybody. But I met him personally a couple of years ago. I went home to Omaha, Nebraska, and him and his daughter came down from Minnesota, and I had a fish fry, and for that weekend we saw each other, and I had a fish fry, and he attended the fish fry and helped me with the fish fry, and it's like we had been together for years. And so that's some of the treasures that are invaluable, that he came all the way from Minnesota to see me, and I'm forever grateful for that. And since then, we've helped our other family members connect and fill in our family portraits. Thanks, Big Mike. Teresa?
Hello, Teresa Benny. I live in New Jersey, and I think I met Jerry last year. And today I've actually been researching military records. I recently requested my father's military, well, not recently, it's been 2 years since I requested his medals from Vietnam, and I finally received a response. So that's what I've been working on, and then just pulling military records and trying to combine my several trees that I have into one.
Vinny's I call her one of my East Coast cousins, because she helps coordinate the meetings in the family DNA gatherings like I do on the East Coast, and she connects with Mike's close relatives, and she does genealogy and helps us. So we just all help each other, and she was very instrumental in a virtual family reunion. That's the first one that I participated in. It had all the bells and whistles in it, and I gave a presentation, and Mike also, on the Moss family history. And it brought our families together in a visual way, and to actually see each other. And she was like the moderator of that family virtual event. So if anybody wants to do that, it's a major undertaking. But we got through it, didn't we? Didn't we, Teresa?
Yes, we did.
Diane?
Oh, I am Diane, and I am interested in all of my family history from all different branches of my family, and it's intriguing and a lot of times inspiring to see things that our relatives have done, and it's not passed down through our families like it is through the white families. I know when I would work at Hughes, people say, "Oh yeah, well, I'm Irish and I blah blah blah." And so once we go back through our history, we aren't able to say we're African or European or whatever, because a mixing pot of all of it. We're a salad, and we have ancestors that have done some really great things. Plus, I want some of that money that Jerry talking about. If it's land here in California, that's worth gold.
For sure.
Thank you, Diane. She's one of the mentors and who helps us with our research. We have different presentations. It's just so that some of us have a little more time to dig in and do research and find different relatives. And when we run into a brick wall, we take a sledgehammer or a chisel, a little bit at a time, and break it down. And we rely on each other. So that's it's good to have different people with different experiences and share them with each other. Eddie, please. If you're available, I think he's at home. Let's go with Darlene. Hello, Darlene. Could you give us a brief introduction?
Hi, yes, Darlene from Omaha, Nebraska. I met Jerry and Mike about 2 years ago, and I forgot all about the meeting today. I was going through my phone, and I said, "Oh, let me get on and see what family's talking about." So it's good to see everyone.
Wow, cuz, how are you?
Pretty good, Jerry. It's been a while.
Yeah, it seems like it. Go ahead, Wanda.
As Darlene, was she raised in Omaha? But born and raised in Omaha?
No, I moved here probably about, I don't know, maybe 25, 30 years ago. 91.
Okay.
Yeah, I moved here in 91.
In 91?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I have other cousins and things out there in Omaha. Reason why I was asking that.
Uh-huh.
There's some Perrys and Perkins, and there's some Jacksons that live in Omaha. They're all my cousins on my mother's side.
Okay.
Yes.
Perry, Perkins, and Jackson.
Yes. Perry's, Perkins, and Jacksons. And Smith.
And Smith?
Yes.
I know Smith too. And you remember Little Dove said Damon.
Damon Jackson.
Last name was Jackson. I bet you Damon Jackson. His mama's name is Sheila.
You know Sheila Jackson?
Yes.
And that's the grandmother.
Okay. Yeah, my son knows everyone, so.
Yeah.
After the grandmother.
Did they name 19th Street after Damon's grandmother?
I'm not sure. I was raised in California, so there's a lot that goes on in Omaha that I don't know.
Jackson, okay, yeah. They named the street after her.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got to ask some of my other cousins about that.
Okay.
That old clay was blue. Wow. And they know.
That's good to know.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
It used to be 19th and Sprague.
19th and Sprague.
They changed it to her name.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson. But yeah, Little Damien. You don't remember Little Damien?
Okay, we'll just have to keep in touch with. I'm glad to be back on, Jerry.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
I just want to add a tidbit here. Darlene also, when I was planning to go to Omaha, I let it be known that I was heading home to visit, and I had talked to her through DNA, and I've never met her either.
Okay.
But through the whole time that I was in Omaha, we communicated, her and her husband, and her son. You hear him in the background.
Yes.
I didn't meet him, but we come to find out he was raised with some of my cousins, my younger cousins, and the families didn't know that we were related.
Okay.
Anything, Daddy?
And those names that you're mentioning, Wandale, they are on the Burnell side.
Mm-hmm.
In Omaha.
Ethelborough.
Yes. And in the Perkins. And,
Mm-hmm.
and what happened is one of the men Burnells had a relationship and had a child, or a couple of them, and I have his name, but the mothers kept their maiden names, and one of those maiden names was Perkins.
Okay.
And so these Perkins were showing up on my tree, who live in Omaha, and I reached, and Martin also, and I reached out to him, and one of them communicated with me.
Okay.
His name is Martin, and he filled in that particular portion, telling me about the Perkins and his uncle that had a couple of relationships, and he was a Burnell. And so what happened is the DNA matched. You see, so I matched him through DNA.
The crazy part about that, it was my grandmother and my two great aunts there. And my great aunt married a Perkins. She was a Smith, and she married a Perkins.
Well, I have this. And there's a Perkins that matches me.
Yes.
Wandale. She matches me, and she lives in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yes.
And I reached out to her. I didn't get a response from her, but I got one from one of her cousins.
Okay.
And so Darlene, she's part of the Burnell family. See, the Burnells are in Omaha, and they were in Omaha.
Right.
And the Kendricks, the Burnells and the Kendricks, they're all related.
Okay. Wow.
So I did meet Darlene. She was so kind, and she as a matter of fact, her and I was, she was my road dog. She would go with me to different places, and we went out and visited with Mike. We all went out to dinner, and then Diane's husband was with us on our fish fry and helped us with that. And Mike and Aaron, his daughter, they were all together. So this is invaluable.
Right.
And I'm so grateful that, I had an opportunity to see these cousins of mine. And you just have to tell them, you got to reach out, just to let them know. And if they want to respond, be there for them. And so Diane, thank you so much, Darlene, and your husband, a good man.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, Wendell, can you give me those names again? Jerry Jackson, and one more.
There's Jackson Perkins.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Perkins.
Okay.
Thank you.
And there's Perry's, Perrys, Perry. Perry.
Okay.
Yeah, the Perrys.
All right.
Yes. There's a lot of them there. There's a lot of Perrys.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of Perrys.
All right.
Yes.
You can tell me.
Okay, Diane. Tamara.
Start. Oh. Okay, now you can hear me.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm Tamara.
You keep doing it, it will cut out the tone.
Can you hear
Tamara?
me?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm from Los Angeles, and I'm a relative of Jerry's through the Moss side, from City Roberts Moss, and for that Robert side, for City Robert side. And I've been in this group probably since it began, almost since it began anyway, and learned a lot of information. I'm looking forward to today's demonstration about the family tree maker. And that's how I first got started with Ancestry. It was like around 90, in the early 90s, I got a program and it was a family tree maker, and where you could make your own tree and with the floppy disk. So that's how I started. And I did the whole family tree thing and printed them out and gave them out at family reunions and stuff like that. But some stuff I didn't have on there, like City, because I didn't know her until I met Jerry. So I'm looking forward to today's demonstration. Sorry, I went to make tea at first, so that's why I wasn't on here earlier.
Oh, that's fine. You know, I was catching me a bite in the process, whatever it
Okay.
takes,
Okay.
So I just want to follow up with Tamara. I met her through her great aunt. Is that your great aunt or your grandmother?
My grandmother.
Her grandmother. What happened is I signed up for GEDmatch, and I had a kit number, and I looked at all my matches for my kit number, and her grandmother's kit matched mine, and I reached out to her, and Tamara is the one who's managing the kit. And that's how we connected, through GEDmatch. And she is now, how old is she? Tamara?
She's 100.
Wow.
Yeah. She just turned 100 in September. Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Yeah. And she's doing really good. I mean, mentally, she knows a whole lot. So I get a lot of information from her.
And what happened is once we connected, Tamara, she gave me her telephone number, and I was able to call her and talk to her. And that's the first time that I talked to somebody that was related to me on my second great grandmother's side. And so this is an example of the different programs that we use and share that information, and then we get these kind of harvests. Can you imagine that? She's 100 years old and she still has her sharp mind. And there's about 2 or 3 other individuals that you manage their kits that I matched too, isn't it, Tamara?
Yeah, those were her kids. An aunt and an uncle. Yeah. I mean, my mother and my uncle.
And you sent those kits. Did you encourage them to take the test?
I did.
What about you?
Oh, my kid is on there too.
What is it under?
I can give you the kit. I'll leave it in the chat.
Okay. But that great grandmother that her and I, second great grandmother, City Moss, her husband was Reuben Moss, and they migrated from Arkansas between 1900 to the early 19 until 1918, and their sons were porters, and they were porters in Los Angeles, and that's where they moved. Our family migrated to Los Angeles, that branch. And Reuben and City Moss, and her maiden name was Roberts. They lived there for a few years, and they passed away a couple of weeks apart in 1918 in Los Angeles. Those are my second great grandparents, and they're buried in Evergreen Cemetery in East LA. And I did go and visit the cemetery. I didn't, it was on the weekend. I didn't get a chance to actually see the plots, but I was right there in the area. I was close. It was quite an experience. But the next year, one of my young cousins went, and I have pictures of the actual plots. They're right next to each other. They're headstones. What an experience. So here it is, full circle, me from Nebraska. Now I'm in California, and my second great grandparents and their brood, they're in California also. So there's a story behind each of us. And thank you for helping and sharing your stories. And it brings our family together. It's invaluable. And like Diane says, we want to get some of the fruits of our research and our ancestors. And so that's what that's whether we get reparations or not, this meeting each one of you is priceless. Hello, Cousin Val.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
That's my cousin, our cousin Val. She's one of the East Coast cousins. She's up in the East Coast. We were just going through our introductions, and we're just so glad that you're here and sharing our stories.
I'm sorry, I'm sort of blocked out, Jerry, but I'm still in my relaxed clothes, so I couldn't come on and face today. Sorry about that.
That's fine. Your presence is, we see you through your voice. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and some of what you discovered through your research, Cousin Val, please?
Sure. My name is Valeda Wynn Randolph. I'm the daughter of Ella Moss Wynn, and my mother, Ella Moss Wynn, is the mother of 9 children. She is also the daughter of James Monroe Moss. And that was what we discovered since we've been doing Ancestry.com as to who my grandfather really was in his travels as a minister and a graduate of Howard University around 1910, which has been really great information for us to add to our ancestry collection. And we discovered that Mike McGee is related to us through our grandfather, who was one of the son's children. And that has been a new awareness for us, and we're so happy to have Mike as a part of our family, and he sheds more history. But there are other members who are part of this group. I don't see Juanita.
How you doing?
Is Juanita, or I thought I heard somebody, Juanita or Brenda on today, but they have been here at other times. And I do apologize. Pardon?
Juanita has another commitment. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Okay. I do apologize to the group, to you, Jerry, and the other members of the group for an email that was written by one of my nieces who didn't want to be a part of the group, but that's her decision. But then she, talked about both me and Juanita and other members of the family, which was not fair at all. So I apologize that you had to receive that document. Other than that, I'm very happy to be a part of this group. I've learned so much from the information that Jerry has provided to us through his leadership. and also the different programs that we can connect with through what Eddie has shared with us over the time that we've been involved. Glad to see my sister Teresa on board. She's been a member of another group that we're a part of, but both she and Jerry shared on our family gathering information about the family from my mom's side and also from my grandmother's side. So, hi, Teresa.
Hey, Belinda, how are you?
Good. That's it, Jerry.
Well, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I want to address the family as a challenge. All families have issues. We're not immune to it. It's all how you deal with it. And you know, I'd rather take the high road with it, and that's which road I took with it. And I know you by your fruits, and so let's just move on. And those who want to participate, they can, and those who don't, they have a choice, and they still family. So that's how I look at it.
Thank you.
And now Val, for example, with Val, when I had a match that had lower centromorgans than her in ancestry, and then I checked that match, and that match matched Val, which is a higher number, and that means she's closely related to me. And then I reached out to Val, and then that's how, after I reached out to her, she responded, and we started communicating, and that's how we found out how we were related through my great uncle James Monroe Moss, and she was spelling his name Monroe, and I had it at Muro. So it was fun, just doing that, and for me to have the information on the Mosses and her not to, it was a pleasure on how I shared the information with her. And then once I did, she gave me the other side on the mother side, on the wind side, and then it came down that the connection. You see, Mike McGee. Now that's Mike McGee and Val. They're connected because they have the same grandfather, correct?
Yes.
So do you see this? Do you see the process that has developed how we have built our family portrait by talking to each other and being transparent? You see how it's all came together?
Yes.
Here it is right here in front of all these faces that we never knew a couple of years ago.
I'm here, guys.
Now look at us. It's awesome. Thank you, Val.
You're more than welcome.
Okay, we got two more we want to talk to, and I'll go right into my presentation here. Eddie and Fanny, just 1 minute, Fanny. Eddie, could you give us a brief description of who you are, where you are, and your the value of doing research, and then you, Fanny. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Go ahead, Eddie.
I am Eddie Henderson from Kansas City, Missouri.
Can't hear him.
I am Eddie Henderson from Kansas City, Missouri. I do research also, and I do a lot of help with others. So I'm the back man when Jerry can't get something across. I try to get it across to you. So I'm like Pence.
Oh Lord.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go, I'm sorry.
No, I'm good. That's
We're having just a little laugh, that's all. Oh gosh.
He's very brief, Jerry.
Pardon me?
He's very brief today.
Well, he just came off the road. He's had a busy week, and just let me stumble a little bit and watch how he pipes up.
I'm brief so I can see Jerry demonstrate this program he's talking about.
Okay.
So
are you hinting for something next? Are you hinting for me to cut it short?
What? Me? No.
What? Oh yeah.
No,
Hey,
Fanny.
Mickey.
The show is yours, Fanny. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Fanny Vernell Benatelli, and I'm located in Henderson, Nevada, not too far from you guys.
Hey.
And I started research more than 20 years ago, and it was kind of hard because there wasn't a whole lot of programs and information out there that you could really use. I bought a couple of programs. I think one of our cousins bought the Family Tree Maker, Jerry, and tried to share it with me, but he later died. But I've been doing this research, especially on the Burnell end, and I decided to get my DNA done one Christmas, and so I did, and the rest is history. What you looking at, Jerry? Where you at with that that water and them trees? You in San Diego? You rubbing it in.
Yes. And I've just met Fanny, and we've had some conversations, and we've shared our trees. And as you see, she's a gregarious person. We are related from the Burnells, and
and the Mosses.
And the Mosses. So
Yeah.
that we're doubly related. And
Yes, get in.
so I'm able to show her different techniques and tools, and she's joining into the meeting to meet some of the other family members, and just to see how we conduct our meetings, and also how we interact with each other. And she's one more valuable member, to our team. And thank you, Fanny. It's really a pleasure meeting you for the first time within the last week or so, and you've been very gracious to share your time with me.
Jerry, my cousin Valerie is on the line. Hey, Mickey. Is she still there? I thought Valerie was on the line.
Beleda.
Okay. Okay, I thought you were my cousin because I shared the information with her. Valerie Gilkey.
She is your cousin.
I know. She's my cousin, but I had another cousin in Michigan that I shared the information with yesterday, and she said that she might be on here. Not her picture, but she might be on here. So there it is. Okay.
That's not me.
Where are you, Beleda?
I'm located in New Jersey.
Listen to that. And what about you, Mike? Who's it?
I'm in Minneapolis.
Minneapolis?
Yes.
And Diane?
San Diego.
No, she's in Fontana.
Huh? Oh, I know Jerry's in San Diego, but I'm trying to figure out where everybody is.
Keep
but
going.
That's okay.
Keep going, co-host. You're doing a great job. Keep going. You see what I mean?
No, forget
co-host,
about
keep
it.
going.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jerry. I'm sorry.
Hey, ask her a few questions. See, we like this. Eddie, you got some competition, Eddie.
What's that?
No, I don't. No, he don't. He does not. And I'm so sorry if you thought that I was taking the meeting over. Oh my God.
We all do the same thing, Fanny. It's part of Jerry's format, and he expects us to introduce ourselves and tell us about our history and how we got connected, et cetera, as far as the genealogy program is concerned.
Okay.
So
Well,
you've done a fantastic job.
I'm truly interested in doing this for my grandkids. You know, that's probably all of us are. You know, we have somebody else that we're doing it for. I mean, for myself, but mostly my granddaughter.
Okay.
Okay, Jerry, I'm sorry. Apologize.
Oh no, this is great. You know, we're glad to, you know, the more the merrier. Isn't that right, family?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for her? She asked about you, Diane.
Oh, I had to go downstairs. My little sorrow was down there to pick up the stuff I want her to pack up. So what was the question?
I was asking where are you?
Oh, I am in Fontana, California. I am from Arkansas.
Okay. Fontana.
You know, you've heard of those movies that Ice Cube had about Rancho Cucamonga, what was it, Friday, whatever it was. But anyway, Rancho is next door, and Ontario is our airport.
Okay. So you way up there.
I don't know about what it's on the 15 going up into to go to Las Vegas, but you heard about all the snow and stuff from last week. The San Gabriel Mountains are on one side, and then the San Bernardino Mountains on the other side. So you go up through that trail. That's where all the snow and stuff has been coming from, closing off the resort cities and stuff up in the mountains.
I see. Okay. All right. Okay. So, and who is this? Just sat down. I'm just trying to know everybody.
Teresa, New Jersey.
Okay. Jersey girl.
That's right.
Okay. Well, I was born in Texas. Can I just say this, Jerry?
Go ahead.
I was born in Texas. And
what part of Texas? What part of Texas? You got to be more specific than that.
Oh, well, you know what? I'll usually say Texas because it's called Devers, and most people have never heard of it. One of those little black towns in Texas, I would think that's close to the Arkansas border. And
okay, what part is that? East Texas?
I think it's
East Texas.
Probably, yeah. It's near, from what I understand, it's near Dallas, Houston, one of the big cities. I haven't been back.
So that's not East Texas though. See, I was born up in East Texas.
You know where Liberty County is?
Yep.
I was born in Liberty County.
Oh.
Okay.
You got any Hendersons in your family?
I don't know. Probably. Yeah, I do. I remember I got a leaf for Henderson.
You know what Pittsburgh, Texas is?
Pittsburgh. No. The only thing I know is
we gotta have to do some research because that's where your roots are.
Pittsburgh.
Those little towns up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where your roots are.
Huh. Well,
how do you know that?
Because I'm from there.
You're from Liberty County?
No, I am from Marion, Cass County. And that's right around in that area.
So Fanny, you're related to Eddie, probably.
Look out.
Yeah.
I spread wide.
Oh, don't say that.
It goes everywhere. You know, I think I was a product of that way of raising children. Have many children and spread them all over the state.
Oh.
I'm putting it polite.
How many people are in your sibship?
In my what?
Your sibship. Your siblings. How many siblings do you have?
Oh, I have 6.
So you're 7.
No, it's just 6 of us.
Okay, so it's 7 of us. It
But I'm
was
from a
7 of
family
us.
of 25.
Okay. All right.
We was compatible to everybody the slave master wanted.
Okay. But yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
stop playing.
Okay.
Let me stop playing before Jerry boot me off of here.
She's Darlene. She's a Burnell. And for you, Wandale, she's on Big Mama's side. She's related to us on the Burnells.
On the Burnell side, okay.
And Mosses.
And the Mosses.
She's
Oh,
double
and the
related.
Mosses too, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you explain it to them, Jerry, like you explained it to me?
Not now.
Okay, fine.
That was quick.
Okay, that's not a part of it, huh?
We're just telling, we're just giving them a snippet of what's going on here.
Okay.
We gotta
Okay.
keep this train rolling.
Well, can you explain to them how we're related?
Not now.
Oh.
Fanny, we do this and we find out that we're double related, and we find out how we're vice versa. That it's a diverse group.
Okay, right.
And each of us have an individual story. The fact of the matter, we are related, like more 4 through 6 cousins, so we're really closely related.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I can talk to a Darlene specifically, Wandale, on which side. There's the Moss side, there's the Burnell side. I can be more specific. You see what I mean? And then you'll be matching them. So, and if Frances was here, Frances Haywood.
Yeah.
She's
a big kahuna.
That's true. And so after we had our meeting last week, she sent me a PDF file from Family Tree Maker that helps me with my tree. So that's just an example of how we work together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to go in and share my tree, and this Family Tree Maker, and show you some of the. I'm going to share my screen and just show you some of the tools that this Family Tree Maker has and the value of it. Number one, there is a cost for it. A yearly subscription for the Family Tree Maker. And I have the current one, Family Tree 2019, and it's been upgraded. And I also have the customer support. So when I use it, I pay extra for that. And these technicians, they have the capability of coming into my computer, cleaning up my machine, balancing it out, putting upgrades on, and answering my questions that I don't know about the program, because I just recently took it seriously on how to use it as a research tool, because I'm condensing my tree now, because I'm gonna need it, for future very important events. And on that note, I recommend that you have a private tree and you have your public tree. And your private tree, do most of your work on that private tree, it's pretty solid with your information. And you can have a public tree. But the private tree, I put so much time and effort into it that I don't want somebody from the outside to come in and disrupt what I've done. And also, they get in there, they glean information, and they use the wrong information on their trees. And that mostly happens by my own relatives. You know, that's what I'm saying. Some of the younger ones. Yeah, go ahead.
That private tree, Jerry, is that you, your children and grandchildren? Is that the private tree you're talking about?
No, it's my comprehensive tree, but it's private. You
Can't make changes.
you have you have the capabilities of making as many trees as you want. You can have a
Okay.
base tree, a fishing tree, a public tree of your of your of me, but I can also have a private tree. That's one that I have private that only I can edit, go in, and
Okay.
have access to it. Other people can't even see it.
Okay. Okay.
See,
Okay.
because I'm to that point. You know, with my research, I don't want to disturb.
Right.
I'm that tight with it. You know, I might have started
Right.
off with like a certain amount of people. Now I'm down to a few people because I eliminated the duplications. Uh, and which is very important. When you start off with your tree, you just use the different hints, those hints, and you just build your tree. You just fly all, you know, just build to. It needs to be pruned, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay.
And that's what I've done. I pruned my tree, and I'm more focused. And I got a program that's a powerful tool, that Family Tree Maker, and I also invested into those that customer supports, and I wear those at I wear them out. When I open up my Family Tree Maker, I'll call Family Tree Support, and so they're on there with me. So they do some things that they're not supposed to do, but hell, I pay for the support. So, but tell me how to do it. You know what? Well, you got to clean your tree up. You have doubles. Well, show me where it's at, and then they'll do it because after the session, I have to rate those customer services, those representatives.
Okay.
I have to how did they do? Did they solve your problem and stuff like that? So you know, it's give and take.
Can you just give us an example of how you trim your tree to be a private tree? How you streamline that down? It's just a small sample.
Yes.
If it's not too detailed, you know
Oh
what I
no,
mean?
it's not. It's not.
Come on,
Eddie.
Jerry, show it.
Yeah,
Show it,
please,
Jerry.
Eddie.
I'm waiting on you.
Eddie, would you do that?
That's you. This is your bad.
Come on, Jerry.
Teresa?
It's just the setting. I can show it if you
Yeah,
want me
please, Teresa.
to. Okay.
Ha, 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 ha. I got back up, Eddie. I got back up.
Any technician, he's supposed to be showing us.
No.
Yes,
Get
you
on
are.
his ass.
This is Jerry's demo.
Yeah, this is Jerry's meeting, but you have to show us the techniques for getting it.
That's Jerry's demo.
Cool,
No, you're
Val.
a technician.
Cool, Val.
Yeah, when he gets stuck, he got to
Ooh,
start
that's
it.
good.
Then I
That's
can
good.
come in and
He
help
knows.
you.
He knows. He's just trying to pass the buck.
He's got to
You,
start
Eddie.
it. Huh?
You.
I'm gonna go really quick one down.
Okay.
Let me just get a tree up.
Now you're doing it through Ancestry. What about through the software? Wasn't he asking about the software?
No, he's asking about just how to do it.
No.
Through Ancestry.
Oh.
So
He's gonna get an F. He's gonna get an F for this session, Jerry, because he's not paying attention.
No, y'all switch lanes too fast. I'm retired.
You know, somebody asked me how to make their tree public.
Okay.
One of my DNA matches, and I don't know how to do that on Ancestry. But we can get to that after you know.
Do you want me to step in now and show you how?
No, can we just finish this part, Jerry?
Okay. So we're going to trees. We're in Ancestry. We're going to trees. You go to create and manage your tree.
Okay.
So I'm I'll pick any tree.
Wrong spot.
Watch it. Hey, did you want to share, sir? Wait a minute. All right.
I'm the
Manage
technician,
trees.
remember? I'll tell
Hush,
you
Eddie.
wrong.
Hush. Hush, hush.
It sounds like family to me.
So you're gonna go, there's your list of trees. You go into tree settings.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, my computer's gone very slow.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is your privacy settings, whether you're gonna make it or private. So public and private.
Okay.
Okay,
And then you
got it.
just save your changes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can get that to her.
Good one,
And
Doc?
There was another question under trees. I think.
There was one Dell. He wanted to know how to make it private. So you would just.
Yeah, what I wanted to know is when you're doing it private, what information, how is, who are you putting in your private tree?
You put anybody you want. If you don't want people to look at your tree, you make it private.
Okay.
That's all. I have some of my trees are public and some are private.
Okay.
And I mark mine private because I have some cousins on here that are stealing my information. So I mark it private.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
There's another way. If you go scroll a little bit further down, you see where it says also
prevent it from being
searching
searched.
your tree.
Mm-hmm.
So you can stop people from actually searching your tree if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, I have both of those on one tree only though. And then you would just save your changes.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. All right.
Anything else, Eddie, while you're on this screen?
Say it again.
Is there anything else that Eddie should contribute while we're on this screen that Teresa has?
Oh, let me share again.
Hello?
Eddie, hello.
No, it's not. I don't want Teresa to tell me to be still, so I'm not.
No. If you do have a private tree and you want people to look at it, like family, you can just go to invitations and you can invite them if your tree is marked private.
Okay.
Okay. Tree settings, invitations.
Am I on there, Teresa?
Are you on my tree?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll make certain that I'm on there because there's some things that we're related on.
Okay.
I might want to look at your tree.
Let me see if you're on my tree.
Can I add something else to that invitation too?
Sure.
If you don't mind, Miss Teresa.
Absolutely, go for it.
When you invite them, you have the option of giving them a role where they can look at your live contact, live information or not. You can, so over at the far where she got them checked, see living people. Normally that wouldn't be checked because you don't want them to know who's still living. So you'll find a lot of trees when you research, they say it'll say living person, so you can't actually see their information. But if they invite you to your tree and they give you that you can see they're living, then you can get the information from the people that are living to this day. So there's an option. You can control what you want them to see, the narrative.
And you can also assign them a role as a guest, a contributor, somebody who can contribute to your tree, or editor, which I am of several trees where I can just go in and input information. I can pretty much take over the tree.
Nice.
Okay. And all this is done through Ancestry?
Yes.
Okay. Good information.
Very good. Very good information.
Thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else you want to know why I'm in before Jerry puts on his demo?
I'm good.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Jerry, you ready?
Yes.
I am.
Showtime. Come on,
Thank you.
Jerry.
Thank you, Teresa.
Come on, Jerry. I'm getting old.
Well, first of all, I want to acknowledge all of you for having such a lively contribution, and Teresa for stepping up and showing us that, and Eddie for clarifying it, and Val for being a moderator. See, we all contribute, and we're family, just like they said, and then that's how you get more information, all from one question. Wandale, you see that?
I seen it. Yes.
My cousin Valerie is on from Michigan. Hey, Valerie, I see your name up there. Say something. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm so sorry. I see her name and I was surprised because,
No,
is
that's
she?
fine. That's fine.
She's on mute. She's on mute.
Okay. So she can hear us. She can hear us, but not see. She can hear us, but not see her.
We can't hear her.
Well, when she does, when she's able to come off, when she's ready, ask her, Fanny, if she's available to talk.
I can call her now. You
Oh,
want me to call her?
No, no, we can't go there.
She's muted. Can you unmute her, Jerry?
No, she's doing that on her own.
That
she's
would be
doing it on her
proper.
own. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, only when somebody gets to be disruptive, I can do that from here.
Okay. Oh Lord, oh Lord, here I come. Here. Oh, oh Lord. Oh Lord, he's gonna mute me from the very beginning.
Oh God.
Okay, let me go to my screen. I am going to share this family tree maker, and I'm open mine up for multiple. And let's go to my family tree maker. First of all, I'm going to show you my tree. Can you see my tree?
Yes.
Yes.
So there's my tree on both sides, and I'll go to home. Can you see this? There's 1,126 people. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And so I'll go back.
Now, this is your private tree, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
This is my third great grandfather on the Moss side. There's Reuben and City. These are the two who are my second great grandparents. And this is my third great grandparents, Thomas and Della, right here. Thomas, this is the older brother of James Monroe. And that's that group over there. And here's my grandfather, David Moss, who married a Burnell. And the Mosses, the Mosses and the Burnells, they married 4 times within eight generations. They married 4 times.
As long as they weren't cousins.
No, they weren't. They married 8 times because they migrated together. They were close together. They were families, so they married 4 times.
Right.
And my father, my grandfather was one of them. Here he is, right here.
Okay, let me say something. I just made a statement, but I know that because of the distances between houses, especially in Arkansas, at that time, that cousins did marry cousins, and I know that that's true. You got any information on that? The Mosses and the Burnells? Jerry?
Not to that degree. I know that the families did because the families were in the same communities, and some families didn't travel like
Right.
through the Great Migration, but they were in the same area after they were enslaved, after they were
Mm-hmm.
free. They came from the same area, and so the Burnells, the Mosses, the Herons, all these different names that you see here on one side, they were from that area. So Taylor, uh, Nevada County, Hempstead County, Columbia
Mm-hmm.
County, they lived in the same area. Taylor, they're all in the census. And so
Mm-hmm.
they were families that were together. So some of their kids married some of the other kids from the other families. They they had they used a lot of discretion. Yes. And
Right.
so here's where we are, you know.
You
So
know, and that's okay, you
that's
know,
true.
because it had to be what it was, you know, at the time.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And well, we're finding out through the DNA, and I have it on our records, which one of the Mosses married the Burnells. And here's an example. My grandfather married a Burnell right there. See?
I mean, he married like
She's a
Ethel
Burnell.
Burnell.
Yeah, he married Ethel Burnell.
Okay.
And here's some Burnell.
Yeah, that's great granddaddy.
Yeah. So that's our common.
Oh.
See, that's our common ancestry.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is a tree. This is my tree in ancestry.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are we on your tree, on your private tree that we could enter and review it at any point in time?
No, you can't see that one.
Why can't
Unless I give you permission to see that private one.
I'm requesting permission. Do I have to put it in writing?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, thank you.
Now, can you see this format here?
Yes.
Yes.
This is Family
Yes.
Tree. This is Family Tree Maker. This is the program. And in this, the reason why I say it's user friendly, here it is. I am the home person. And you remember you just saw my tree in Ancestry, right? You saw the one in Ancestry.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another program. So here's what happens. When you see that check, that means that it's synced. So before I had this meeting, I synced it with Ancestry. You want to know how I know that? Look at this number right here, 1,126. Those are the same amount of people you saw in Ancestry, wasn't it?
Right.
Right.
And with this,
I don't see that, Jerry.
It's right over. It's over here on the left-hand side, the index.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
On the tree.
There it is over there.
I see it.
And so what this program does, it opens it up. You can see it in front of you. You can see your tree. You can see the people, and you can see all the names. And when I started off, I had a whole lot of duplicate names, and I still have a few. But what you can do is, these are all the people who are in my tree. And so what I was able to do, and Eddie was the first one to show me before my support team did, over here in where this is, you can add birth date, death date. And when I did that, that's right over here, the lifespan. You can see those lifespans. And if I had two names and the same dates and the same birth date and death date, I can take that person. Let me find one for you that they suspect is a duplicate. What you do is go over to edit at the top, find duplicate people, push that button. It goes through the program. Look at it. It's going through the program. Woo, 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 woo. Uh-oh. This is pretty interesting. And so here they are. they believe that this person and that person are two the same people. Well, I know that this date is incorrect in 1925. This is my great grandmother. She passed in 1940. So what I would do is compare and merge. So I'll pick this. And instead of having this, can you see this little screen here?
Yes. Yes.
I know that this August 1925 is wrong. I picked 1940 right here.
Okay.
And the name is right. They kept the sources from that first person to the second person. And then I said, okay.
Where is Grandpop on here? Grandpop Moss, James.
Okay, just a minute. Just a minute.
Okay.
So what just happened is now when you look at her, see her, she has the 1940.
Right.
Okay.
So you see one of the values of the program.
Yes.
You can. That's one of the values of the program. You can look over here, and I have the dates when they were born and when they passed away. And if I have duplicate names, I can do it that way, or I can do it this way. I can pick this person. Here's Della, the person, and merge two specific individuals.
Okay.
But what they would do, they would look and see if I had two of them and I don't, I would pick this one, and then they'd say, okay, and they give me an opportunity to pick the other one, and then I would merge those two. So so that's the value of sitting here on this program where you can see it. And then after that, I can go to the next phase. Now, Val, let me answer your question. Would you ask me?
Grandpop Moss, James Monroe.
Okay, just find him.
Let's go to him.
Okay.
Did you search him at the top, Jerry?
Yeah, but I want you to see, I had to go through all these. Somebody might see somebody they know. You might see someone. And I wonder about this here, Polly Mary Moss, this Mary Moss, and this Mary Moss. Because Eddie, I got about three, Eddie and Diane. I have about three Mary Mosses in my tree, you know. And that's one person we're trying to find out which one is which. There's a Mary Moss here. There's three of them, and
what information do you have on them? My grandmother was born in 1889, so if one of them is 1889, that might be her.
Let me see. 1889? When did she pass away?
In 1982.
There it is right there.
Yep.
You there?
Okay. And her name is Mary Magdalene. So look at that Mary M. That might be.
There she is right there.
Okay.
Did she marry a John Lemon Moss?
That's him.
And Milton Mike?
Milton Mike is her father.
John Hughes?
Maybe Elizabeth, her mother.
There she is.
Okay.
The Mary Moss that, let me see, is there a younger one? But 1912 would not be it. That's too young. But there is a Mary Moss that was married to my cousin, Carl Moss.
Okay. I wanted to say this. Now, out of all the years, it's been about 3 years that Diane and myself have been talking. And she's one of my mentors and cousins. And we talked about this Mary Moss, this Luther. I know her uncle Luther. I match him. and she manages. Before he passed, she made sure that she got his DNA. It's quite a story, and he matches me. You see, I've lived a long, fruitful life. I'm one of the seasoned citizens. I'm seasoned citizens to be involved in this process. And so I am matching older ancestors. Because you know why? Because I'm old.
Right. Oh.
Because I'm just I'm seasoned. You see what I mean? So that's how I match. That's how I was able to match Arlene. She's 100. See, so when you have your older generations take these tests, and we do this research, in our age, now we're able to bring our families together with confidence. So that's an example. It took 3 years talking back and forth, and then now I'm able to pull up on Family Tree Maker. I asked her, you notice I asked her the dates, and she gave me the dates before I clicked on that person, correct? And then I was able to show her this information. And what did Diane do? She verified.
Right.
From somebody who that's her family. I don't know, but I have that information. I feel confident, but that's what this research does. And then you have individuals who are living that verify. That's where the blessing comes in. Diane just verified that. I asked. I humble myself. I don't know. I got him. I don't know. Now I know. Now we know.
Hey, Jerry, can I ask you a question, please?
Go ahead.
Would this be a good program for a beginner?
No.
No? Okay.
You want to know why?
Yes, why?
Because Eddie told me. Eddie said so.
Eddie. Yes, he's shaking his head. Okay.
Where did he disappear on us?
Okay.
No, 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 no.
Okay. Oh, no, okay.
No.
No.
It's for beginners.
Okay. Here he is, Val.
Yes, my grandfather.
And
Mike's grandfather.
And so here's what I have for him. And I have these 4: Lawrence, Ella, Irving, and Emerson. Those are the ones that I've had that I've gleaned from his tree. Now, let me tell you this. Now, I can talk to you, and if I need to know, there's 9 of them though, isn't it?
Where?
There's 9 kids with Bessie and James Monroe. There's 9, isn't it? Something like that?
No, my mother had 9 children. Bessie's daughter.
How many did Bessie have?
Bessie only had 3.
Okay, I got 4.
But only 2 of them are James Monroe's children.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Emerson is not his child.
Well, let me get yours. Let me get her up here. There she is. This is a picture of her. That's one of them, right?
Yeah, that's my mom. A younger picture of her.
Okay, younger picture. Let's see.
And Grandpa graduated from Howard 1910. See, Mother was born 1911.
Well, okay. Well, from her, what I would be able to do over on this side, can you see this side where her picture is?
Yes.
Right here is where I can add a spouse. Here's a set. Her time. I can add a spouse. I can add children.
Yes.
That's where you add them in at.
Okay.
You can add them into the program. So that's what I did with her. Now here's James Monroe. Just double click on him. The program it gives you facts about where he was, the different residences over on this side, the facts over there, Minneapolis. Now, Mike, I got a question for you. Here's one. In 1920, Mike, we have Minneapolis, the residents, and
Turn the heat up a little bit.
and you had some other information on him, didn't you, Mike?
I did. I don't have it in front of me, but I think it was from 1916 to 1919. He was in Minneapolis.
Yeah,
with his brother John.
Yeah,
for many of those years.
Yeah, there it is. And then for him, for Val, for my great uncle, there he is right there, second great uncle.
Yes, yes.
Here's some of the sources. I have the Latter-day Saints, these census. See these different census? That's the information that I have on him. Now, let me do something for you, just for an example. That gives you that talks about him, the facts and everything about him. That at the top, his mother and father, his wife. So that's what this program is able to show, and there's a picture of him right there.
Yes.
So that's one of the things that's about this program that is it's pretty unique. Do you see the power of the program?
That's why this program is good for you to have when you're just getting started, because Ancestry, keeps accumulating additional information about that person that gets added over there on that right-hand side. So I think it is something that you can have early on.
You're right. But let me say, I said that because my initial response was that now that you've seen the tools and how it's used, you just can't just start off and get these tools like this. It's going to take some instructions. Somebody's going to have to guide you. And initially, and up to now, Eddie has helped me. But I've also, on my own time, I have the customer support. You see, I pay for the customer support. So when I sit here and I go through this, I have the pros that I pay for go over this with me. And and they give me information, Eddie gives me information, and then with my own intuition, I use it, and I take the time to use it. And if you don't use it, you lose it. So yes, I said no first because Eddie told me. I said, "Oh, this is pretty. This is user friendly." He said, "No, it ain't user friendly." He said, "No, And when you think about it, it's not. It's a beast. It's a program. But once you get it down and you take the time and have somebody help you, or if you got that kind of time, and if you want to invest the money that it takes, or have you a mentor and a technical advisor like I have, and pros that I pay for, no, it's not for the beginner. But those who want to invest and get up to speed with a program that's going to help you quickly, yes, it's really worth the investment. Now,
so how much is the program?
You can afford it. Now let me finish this.
Now, how do you know?
This goes to James Monroe. Hey, William Jack Moss. Let's go to my third great grandfather.
Okay.
It runs $59.95.
Okay.
Believe that, I'll sell you land in China.
Did Diane leave us? Did she leave us after she heard that? It's Diane.
Oh, she's moving and grooving. She'll be back. So look,
Okay.
I
so
see Diane.
William Jack.
What is his father's name?
Whose?
William
Jack
Jack.
Moss?
No, I don't have his because he was
Okay.
enslaved. He was enslaved, and
Where?
he showed it in Hempstead County, Ozan, 1850. He was born. He was born around 1820 in Ozan,
So did it say where he was born?
Alabama.
Okay.
Now, here's the very very important tool at the end that I want to share with you. Here he is. There he is. There's all his information. And look at all this information on him, where he lived, the residences, 1850, 1860. But now, what I want to do, come over here, I want to publish. I want to publish a genealogy report right there. And I want to create, over here on the side, create a report. And I want to include his parents, include children, include child relationship over here. And right now, it's only going to 4 generations, 4 generations. But if you want to get more down to me, for example, that's about 8 or 9 generations. You just click right over here, up, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let this program generate 12 generations for me. And so what's happening is now it's generating 5. It's generating. Let me get this. Get these guys out of the way. And then generate report. Bingo. There it is. It's just generating the report. Let me put this up. Now what happens? There's 12. I said go as far as 12 generations. I'm giving the time. I didn't know how many it's going to get. I want to get to at least 12 generations. People are trying to get in. Let me see where they at. Okay, so watch this. All right. Here's generation 1, William Jack Moss, him, and Martha. And this program comes down. It shows pictures. It has generation 3, 4, 5.
No.
It comes down and it creates this report. Make sure it gets it all in there.
Does it capture the photographs too?
Yes, it captures his photographs too.
Wow.
4, 5.
Do any of these names, Jerry, connect with, because some of them could be slave owners, I don't know, connect with Tommy? Related to us?
No, I don't have them. I don't have them connecting. I have it on my other tree, like it's sort of like Diane's fishing tree. It might show up on that one.
Okay.
If I pulled it up.
Okay.
But what this does, it'll generate a report all the way down from my tree to my great granddaughter, and then from there, I'll come over and export that tree. Okay, and I can put it where I want to put it at, and then I'll have a report that you can see.
Now these are the reports that the PDF files that you sent us?
These are reports that I've sent you, yeah. And let me just
okay. Okay.
And the reason why I asked Jerry that question is because we have another relative. His name is Tommy Lewis, and Tommy hasn't been on for a while, I guess, but he can do this kind of tracing with the white side of the family. And he and I show that we're related, and also Jerry is related to him. And there's a close connection, but we don't know how we're connected. And I was just wondering, since he has all of this information regarding his side of the family and the plantation owners and number of slaves and things of that sort, I was trying to figure out what's what, because when Ancestry gives you your ethnicity, they tell you what percentage you are of African, what percentage you are of English or Spanish or whatever it is. It breaks it down.
Yes.
And so my thing was, you know, how are we connected to this gentleman? And I'm not expecting anybody to answer at this point because we don't know. But I'm just saying.
running a white moth tree.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
Oh, good, Diane.
And it starts in Virginia, and it shows where they're spreading out to all the different states. And if you kind of track where they are and see what you have in your family as far as the years, they should kind of match up. Are they in the same place? You know what I'm saying? So whatever white moth went to Alabama, there should be a black moth slave in Alabama back during that time. And then if they moved to Arkansas from Alabama, then the slaves would have gone with them.
Okay, let me show you this. Can you see this on my screen? This descendants.
Yes.
Okay, here's descendants of William Jack Moss, generation one. Comes down him, and then here's Reuben Thomas. And see the photograph is on there. See, it's small. You see that? And then it comes down. This is
well, we knew Grandpa Reuben.
Here's Luther Henry. That's one of the photographs I've had. And here's Samuel Frederick, the son. These two were these two went to Los Angeles. Those are the ones who migrated. They were porters who went to Los Angeles. And Josephine, here she is. That's Judy's people. And my second grade, that's James Monroe's sister. So here's Jenny, his other sister. So I'm just showing you some of the information, and then this I'm gonna go a little faster with this one. Then as you, Lena, there's Luther in there, Henry, and then it comes all the way down. William Heron, Della, that's my great grandfather, all the way down to. I'm gonna slow it down here. Generation 3. Alice Roberts. You remember I was talking to Tamara? So here's all the information on her. Alice Roberts Langford. The Langfords are in the tree. Lillian, George, and she'll be able to know what who these people are. Right, Tamara? Yes, she will. And here's Virginia Moss.
Yes. Sorry, I was muted. Yes.
But you see what I mean, don't you? These Alice Robert Langford.
Yeah, that's my grandmother's grandmother.
Toby, Lillian, and George.
Those are her aunts and uncle. Her aunt Lillian actually raised her and her grandmother Alice.
And so you see now the value of this. All my family who are alive, those are the ones that I focus on. Believe me, I'll be honest with you. I've done the research, but when I can come on this program and stop and I can ask Tamara, could you elaborate? See, that's the power of this program.
But she didn't die in Los Angeles, so some of it's not. it's not,
That's
some of
true.
it's not right.
See, that's how we clarify it. This is the best of my records, you see?
Yeah, Alice Roberts died in my grandmother's grandmother, Alice Roberts, died in Arkansas.
Arkansas. See, that's what the value is. And then I can go back to the program, change what you've told me, and have the correct date. Then when I do a report, I'll have the correct date.
And
Can I
actually,
ask-
a record should pop up showing the correct date at some point on Ancestry, because sometimes the information shows up later. They do more research. And so I would check back every now and then to see if they have that correct information.
And so then it comes down on my report. Here we have these are my uncles. Floyd. Let's go down here. Floyd Moss. That's my uncle. There's a picture of him, and these are his kids. Della, Lloyd, Kenneth. That's my dad. There's a picture of him, and these are all my brothers and half sisters, half brothers of different people. I got a bunch of them. And then from my mother, these are all my brothers and sisters. This is Uncle Hubert, and this is where Wandale comes in at. Wandale's this is his father, and so I talked to him, so he's going to give me the information so I can update him. That's my Uncle Hubert. And Wandale, who's here on the program, I'll talk to him. He'll give me his information, then I'll add it in. Right, Wandale?
Correct, Jerry.
Okay. And so, go ahead.
When you're done with the bosses, I saw Alexander's on your list. Can we explore some of that?
Here's my brother Dale Dave Moss. That's my brother, and his son is the bachelor, Dale Dave Jr. There he is, right there, the bachelor, Dale. And then it comes down to after them, Bridget. You know, my kids are here I am right here. Dale. Oh, here I am, Jerry Brent Moss Sr. So there I am, and my wife Barbara, and these are our kids. And I had a son by another relationship, and there he is. I added his mother, Betty Allen and Donnell Gooden. So I have 2 sons and a daughter. So in this program, you can add them. You see what I mean? You can add them. You can add them to the program. You don't have to exclude them. Just add them in there, and then it'll come out. And that's the mother, and this is my son. And then from there, Bridget's my daughter, and here's my grandson, Delon Moss. You'll see him. And then he has a little girl, my great-granddaughter, Kalea. She's 5 years old. So there he is, and all the generations. And here's my little Kalea. She's 5 years old, just started preschool. And there's my grandson, Delon. So that's what the power is of this program.
It's a good program.
Yes.
Sounds like it.
Any questions on that?
I want to add something to that, Jerry, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Or to clarify it. With the Family Tree Maker, it provides information. Whatever you put in it, it provides it and it links it. So if you don't put in any information in it, you won't get the results that you want. So just to remember that if you use it, you got to make sure you put information in it. There's a place in there, just like she was asking a lot of questions and saying something about the relatives. There's a place in Family Tree Maker that you can put notes and any documents that you want to save and print out when you produce the report that Jerry showed you. It'll print out everything for you. So you have the capability of doing a lot. And also, again, the the purpose of it is to sync it back to your Ancestry online. So it will put all information you put on it, will upload it to Ancestry online, also to your tree.
Can you share the service
$5.
with somebody else?
$5.
Pardon? I didn't hear you. Eddie, what did you say?
Thought he said for $5.
$5. Oh, that's cheap.
Okay, look here, everybody.
Yeah, actually, you can. It once you upload it and sync with your tree, the information in there is in there under. There's a tab says media.
Mm-hmm.
All that, our gallery and stuff like that. That's where it puts the information.
And over on the side, you can sync the tree. Right after I do my changes, just push it. It syncs the tree with Family Tree Maker and Ancestry DNA.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we say now you see it has a lot of bells and whistles. You can go deep into it. And Eddie is very experienced. And he charges $5,000 an hour to tutor. So anytime I can get him, I just slip it in. Hey, Eddie, how are you? What are you doing? They say, okay, I got a minute. So then I get him on it. I pick his brain,
Yeah, we have to.
So look, we have a couple more people.
I was just thinking that, Teresa and I have done a lot of research on the other side of my mom's family, which is the Irving side, which is my grandmother's maiden name. And so I was just thinking we were trying to find Thomas Irving for the longest time, my grandmother's father. And then finally we discovered him. So I'm just thinking that maybe we need to do something where we could link together for a service of this sort. And probably we get more details,
Well,
so she and I will discuss it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, because the main things, we have to start where we are, and isn't it a blessing to be able to see that on a screen in a detail that you can hand it off to someone else?
Yes, that's what I like about it.
And so once I generate that report as a PDF, I just attach that to an email to my cousins, and that's what I've done to them. Some who didn't know, and some who did. And then, you got to be able to be humble enough to know that you might have to make some adjustments, because you heard Tamara say, no, that's not correct. Well, I have to talk to her and get corrected on that. Francis definitely checked my butt and sent me one that I had to really tighten it up. And so, but she, what she did? She sent me a PDF of the Burnells that her version of it. So I was really thankful that I got her version. You see what I mean? More accurate, more tight. And I talked to a Juan Turner. There's a Juan Turner out there. These Burnells, they're going to match you. He manages a few tests, and I talked to him yesterday. He lives in Detroit, and he has a tremendous amount of information. And he shared some information with me, and I was able to share some with him. So that's pretty much what it is. We trade off. And Val, for sure, we'll work with you so that we can get you something that will have a report that you can look at on the matriarch side.
Yes.
Then we can make the changes.
Because next year we have our live family reunion. We had a virtual this year, and the information that you shared, Jerry and Mike and Teresa, was very valuable to them, because a lot of the information they didn't even know, didn't even have the slightest idea about. And so they were excited, with the fact that we had that kind of networking going on. So this year coming up, it will be live, and people will be coming to the Pennsylvania area to hear more of their family history.
Thank you for
So
that. Thank you for that information. I have two more people. I just want to say hello to Jacqueline and Valerie. Hi, Jacqueline.
Hi. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Doing
Yes.
good, doing good. How are you all doing? Happy Sunday to everyone.
Happy
Hi.
Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you too.
We just wanted to get just a brief introduction. Diane, will you be ready to show us DNA painting for give us a presentation on that?
About 2 or 3 minutes, I can do that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And Eddie, I don't want you to say nothing. I don't want you to say nothing about you don't have, you are not on the right screen. Don't you dare say that. Not a word.
Okay, I want to hear. I want to hear from Jacqueline, Patricia, and Valerie. Just briefly, tell us
What
about
part of
yourself, where
Texas
you
you
live,
from?
and yeah.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline. I live in Texas. Been living here originally from Southern California, Los Angeles area. Mother of two, a 34-year-old as of April 1st, and my son, Austin, made 24 today.
Oh.
Happy
And
birthday to him.
yes, ma'am. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll let him know. I live in Central Texas, northwest of Austin, and I'm happy to be a part of a family. Thank you for having me.
That's great. We're glad to have you.
Central Texas, where?
Austin, northwest. I'm in between Austin and Fort Hood.
What's the name
I'm
of it?
outside Fort Hood military base.
Oh,
Fort
you
Hood
mili-
Army base.
Oh,
No,
you're
I'm not
military.
military. No. I said I'm in between Austin and Fort Hood. I live in Leander, Cedar Park. Cedar Park, Texas. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You've been living out here.
I would curve you in there. I
Okay.
know about that area.
Yeah, so you're outside of Houston off of 290. I used to live in Houston. Yes, sir.
Her and I share the same birthday, December 22nd.
Yes, you should. December 22nd.
Poor you.
Yes.
Poor you.
Okay, Patricia, brief introduction, and Valerie, please.
Hi, this is Patricia, and I'm joining from Goodyear, Arizona. My background goes crazy, so that's why I turned like this. So that's why I turned this off. But I was born and raised in Spartanburg, South Carolina. My relatives were, my mom and dad were from Jonesville and Packlet, South Carolina. My On my dad's side, I'm related to the Davises and the Supers and Stackers. And on my mom, the Striplings and the Tallies. So I still haven't figured out which side I'm related to you guys on, but I mean, we're related somehow. I moved to Arizona in 2002 from Maryland, and I'm enjoying this. Sorry to join late, but I'm just here.
No,
but I'm enjoying everything that I've heard so far, and I'm looking forward to find out my connection with you guys. And I love what you're doing, and I appreciate you guys. And thank you.
Thank you, cuz.
Can I give her a technical deal, Jerry?
Go ahead.
Patricia.
Yes.
You see all that chatter in your screen?
Mm-hmm.
What you need to do is unload Zoom and reinstall it, and all that'll go away.
Oh, okay.
Just
Thank you.
for you to know.
All right. Thank you.
Don't do it today, though.
No.
Don't do it today.
Okay. Thank you so much, cuz.
And Patricia, we'll test that. We'll test it after you do that. Okay.
Okay. Great.
Right.
Thank you.
Valerie,
So you want me to show it to you real quick before you go, or you gonna wait, or what?
No, I just want to hear from Valerie, and then I'm ready for you.
Okay. I got a text from her saying that she's having difficulties with her phone.
Okay, go ahead, Diane. Diane's going to give us a
Okay,
presentation.
so you're gonna let me share my screen now?
Yes, you got it.
Okay. And don't you say a word. Okay, so now I'm going to share. The first thing I'm going to share is this right here. This is actually the result of some of the DNA painter that I've been doing. These people, I have individually put them in and been given direction that all of these belong in the Betty rather the Mike Moss and Betty Williams section. So all of those people are all this blue stuff down here. So now, when you see right here, you see the names, how people are lined up. And the longer the line, the closer relationship you have with people. And I don't remember I'm going to look for a segment for Jerry. But anyway, right here we have Bernice Bailey, Netta, whoever that is, Alan, that's my first cousin, Jadada. You guys probably have some of these matches. Lamar Medley, Brian Robinson, he's my first cousin's kid. And then Theodora Maxwell, she's the one I was telling you about, Jerry. Okay, so now, this is Sharon Coleman. Anybody know her? Renita Rhodes, does that sound familiar? If you have any of these people, let me know because we probably have some kind of connection together. Okay, so here we have, get out of the way, Jerry. Okay, right. So Jerry, you are related to Deirdre Mercer right here on that segment. This segment is the second segment. I mean, the second chromosome.
Diane, you're moving too fast.
Well, I thought, okay, I'll be slow.
Okay.
I am working on the second chromosome at this moment.
Okay, let me help you explain too, Diane.
Okay.
You see, I have to slow you down. She's like the ever ready.
He wanted me to hurry up. So
no, I did. No, I don't want you to. You don't have to hurry up. The show is yours.
What she's showing you.
The show is yours now.
Down here, Diane, go down to your. Let's see. Right there, with those lines there. Okay. What that telling you is that you all these people have a common ancestor. A common ancestor. So when you see them line up like that, that means that you have a common ancestor in the same.
And probably on the same branch of the Moss family.
Yeah, so that's what your DNA is telling you, that when you see lumps like that and they line up, that means you have a common ancestor. It could be fourth cousin. It's from your great-great-grandparents.
Okay, so right here on the sixth chromosome, and the reason the line goes straight across is the chromosome has a kind of like a ruler extension, so everybody matched up on the bars are on the same area of the ruler. Okay, so this is Brian, my cousin, and Alan, my first cousin. Let me get something right here. I don't know who BP is. And Andrea, who knows, it may be Andrea Moss, but she's got her Muslim name, Kalamamani or something. I guess I didn't pick up that person's name. But anyway, so the big result is, let me take that one down. Oh crap, I took the whole thing out. I'm gonna go back. Put it in. Let me share my screen. Okay. I am going to go to, don't you say nothing. Don't you say nothing, Snoop. So I'm gonna go to DNA Painter. So see, this shows you how to get it. We needed to do this anyway. DNA Painter. See there? And I have a $55 a year subscription. And it remembers me, and
we don't see that. You have to reload that.
Oh, I wish you had said something before now, but I was giving good information.
I am. I'm
okay. So now you see it?
Eddie's not helping you, cuz I am.
I know he don't ever help me.
Now we can see it.
Okay, now you see it. So I have up there Uncle Luther. And so the one we're working on is Uncle Luther. I have done one for myself. And maybe, so anyway, I'm going to go back to Uncle Luther. Open that up. Ta-da, there it is. Okay, so now I have a legend over here on the bottom right side. And the legend tells me who is Nelson McNeil. That means I'm able to differentiate that Nelson group from Nelson Moss. Nelson McNeil is the paternal side for Uncle Luther. Nelson Moss is his maternal side. That makes sense?
Yes.
His mother was a Moss. His father was a Nelson. So Nelson McNeil, his mother was Dolly McNeil. So that's a different group. Okay, now Nelson
I'm on a
Moss.
phone call.
Oh, okay. Okay, anyway, Nelson Moss is everybody that I am related to, if I am not able to go up a higher level. Okay, and
What's the
then
difference between Diane, the pink bars and the yellow bars and the green bars?
okay, the yellow bar is Nelson McNeil. That is my great grandfather, John Lemon Nelson, married Dolly McNeil. And so that is this is my uncle's, not my own. So actually all of this is on my paternal side, but I'm breaking up Uncle Luther's paternal and maternal. Okay, so that's the same as my father's paternal and maternal. So now that is Nelson McNeil is my Uncle Luther's father's side. His mother's side is Moss and Williams. And so this is the Moss and Williams group that we're looking at right here. All of these people are on those bar lines at the bottom, somewhere or another. And what I'd like to do, if you know anybody on that list up there that is one of your matches on Ancestry, 23andMe, or whatever, or GEDmatch, please let me know, and maybe we can work together to see what's what. Because what I'm going to do.
What, Diane, also, but you got to actually tell them they need to find out who their great grandparents are too, so that you can find out how you related. It's important to go back and dig in there for everybody to dig and find their fourth and fifth generation great grandparents if they can, so you can.
And
utilize
some people
the
don't
name.
know, like I didn't know until I started working that we had the McNeil branch. And I'm finding now I have more McNeils than anybody, because there's a large group of people that have been working on the McNeils. So I am going to recruit you to help me on Roots Magic to help clip, like all these we're talking about on family tree. You in Roots Magic, you can copy that section out of say like Family Tree Maker and put it into Roots Magic, so that you can all work on the same like family tree. That's the concept of family search.org has been trying to do.
Diane, before you go up, could you go back down again, and could you click into hold on. His name was the last name on the last list, Tim Wynn, because that's my father's last name.
Okay, so Tim should be showing on all of these right here. So let's see, where is 7.1 shared centimorgans, but it's not telling me which
fifth
place.
generation. He's fifth generation.
Okay, so the thing is, I should go into him. I think I can do that. View. So I want to view him individually. So now I'm viewing him individually. So this shows him out there all by himself right now.
Well, he's related to Milton Moss and Betty Williams. Is that it?
Yes, he is related to the Moss side of the family on the first centimorgan.
Right there.
Does it show where they originated from?
No, it won't. The questions that you're answering is not. It won't show that unless you put it in there. All it is going to show you is your DNA. What your DNA is how it matches with one another.
I have that. It would be
you're
on
asking
Ancestry.
for is something they have to go back and do the research and find out.
So if I put in Rehoboth, Virginia, would that show something?
No, it's not going to show.
Virginia
It's not going to show anything. That's for your. That goes into your tree to let other people know. But when you're dealing with DNA, it's just going to show you on your chromosome lines where those you have common DNA matches.
Yeah, this is the scientific portion of it.
Yes.
So anyway, I guess that's the end of this. That's the benefit of doing this, because if you say, "Well, how am I related to this person?" By the time you put it in DNA Painter, it can become clear to you how you're related to that person. And actually, it's being done also on GEDmatch, but it's not as clear as it is here on DNA Painter. Everybody has access to the same information. It's just the way they break it down so you can understand what they've done.
So Diane and Eddie, would I put in Ella Moss, Ella Wynn, and would that show something?
Not here. Are you on GEDmatch?
Yes.
Do you,
Mhm.
do
You
you
are
have their
on Jet.
DNA on
Yes.
GEDmatch?
Yes.
Then it should come up if they pull it off of GEDmatch and put it in the painter. It should show up exactly what chromosome line they match.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, on one of the Eddie's shops, we do these. So you might want to do one on there. Every now and then somebody shows the presentation of it. So if you want to get it done, and or if you want to call me, I mean, I shouldn't say, if you want to Zoom with me for maybe 30 or 40 minutes, I can show you how to start doing it.
Okay.
And you
Okay.
have to have DNA Painter. You may have a free trial if you've never done it before. They'll give you a free trial, I think, for 30 days. See
Okay.
if you see the value of it. And also there are tools in GEDmatch that will do the same thing, but it won't be as clear and big as this.
Diane, please quit sharing.
Okay. And don't y'all start hollering at me, because you know I got to figure out how to pull this back up. Okay, there's that. What the heck? Full. I need to go to full because I don't even see don't share. What's behind here? There it is, right there. Stop sharing. Bye, Felicia.
Diane, thank you so much.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
a lot.
You can get in touch with me too. I'll show you.
Okay.
That's if you want to.
You don't fuss, do you?
I cuss all the time.
I didn't say cuss, I
Family, I
said
might charge
fuss.
you less.
I don't like nobody to yell at me or holler at me or fuss with me.
How these guys are. They think they in charge of somebody.
Nah, I
need to know what's up.
I can help you too. I have no.
Okay.
I enjoy doing it.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Well, we're at this point where thank you for that presentation, Diane. It was impromptu, but very important.
People haven't been interrupting me, it would have been better.
No, you never rush when you make your presentation here.
but Diane's good. She's good. She's fast though.
Very valuable.
Told me we didn't have much time.
No, she knows how to. She minimized her time and she packs a lot into her little time.
Mm-hmm.
Go, Sarah.
She does GEDmatch very well too. You know.
Well, the next meeting will be the first Saturday in April. What is that date?
Ask Mike, did he understand? He looked like he's getting ready to go ride a bike.
That April Fool's Day?
Is it? What is it? April 1st?
Let's see. Today is the
Yes. Yeah.
The next Sunday is the 26th.
The Saturday, the Sunday.
Sunday is,
The
first
second.
Sunday is the second.
The second.
All right,
Yeah.
that's what it'll be, April 2nd, 2023. And a couple of the topics, we're going to use I'm going to show you how to find relatives through true lines in ancestry.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
And what that is in your program, again, you have to build your tree. Other people contribute their trees. Ancestry matches it. It has, you know, a certain degree of accuracy.
Error
And
only come from people putting the wrong information in there. That's where the error come in.
that's right, which is true. And then what happens, you'll click on one of your grandparents, your ancestors, and then it'll show you some of your DNA matches. And then you can start using that as a tool to contact those DNA matches, and it'll have information that you can use, and you can contact them and tell them, I believe that I'm related to you, like from this person or that person. And it simplifies your research if you want to really know, if you want to contact some of your known DNA matches. That program, I remember when it came out a couple of years ago, it was a beta program. It's called Beta. And they have Ancestry has another beta program that they're using right now. We'll talk about it, which is Parent 1 and Parent 2. You'll see that.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Mhm. So we're going to go over some of the new aspects of Ancestry, the program. So when you do open up the program, you'll be able to see, okay, how do you operate this program? We want to start off from the basics, you know, the research, the catalogs, the census, how the tools that it has built in that can help you. That's we just want to start off with the basics, and then go from there. And we might even touch upon the ethnicity, because when I first got that program, got my results, that's the first thing I looked at. What is my ethnicity? And through science, it's changing. You know, you get it the first time, and you just be stuck on that. And hell, about 6 months later, they tell you something different.
Right.
Has that happened to you guys?
Yep. It has to me. Okay, at least two times.
Database, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's pretty good though. It's pretty good. So
yeah,
that's what we'll do. We'll be meeting April the 2nd, 2023. Closing comments. We'll start with Wandale, Mike, Diane.
Before we do that,
go ahead.
Jerry, before we do that, I was not, I lost the connection. Did you address Valerie's questions about her Burnell-Gilkey connection? No?
Lose Jerry?
Well, I don't know.
Val can answer that.
Huh?
Val can answer that question.
Oh, there he is.
Ask it again.
Okay. My cousin in Detroit, she sent me a text and wanted to know, because she is on this call, or was, I don't know. But she wanted to know the connection between the Burnell family and the Gilkey family. Do you have anything on that?
We can process that. Does she believe there is a connection?
Yeah, there is, because her mother married was a Burnell, and she married a Gilkey. Her father was Godfrey Burnell.
Yeah,
who was your grandmother's brother.
Yes. Well, we'll be able to to talk with her and get some more specific information.
Okay, so I don't know if she's still on here, but I didn't want her to be discouraged and not come back. So
well, your task is to encourage her. Okay, come on, Wandale,
yes.
Mike, and then Diane.
Okay, for me, it's this. I wrote everybody's names down, where everybody was located at, and then all the information that's come up is definitely very informative. So I know that I can't wait to get mine in, so I can see exactly how I line up with the tree. I know, Jerry, I'll be able to trace a lot of things just straight through you, because our fathers are related, And so that's a good thing. So it's not like a shortcut, but it can cut through a lot of the chase. So, but like this has been just really, really informative in how everybody has done the research and still asking questions. So, and I'm quite sure down the road, I have a lot of those questions to answer myself.
Thanks, cuz. Mike, Diane, and Eddie.
I'm not going riding on my bike, Eddie. It's just chilly on the porch, that's all. I'm fascinated by the DNA Painter presentation, and I think I'm going to go look into GEDmatch and look at some of those boring videos because they're way high tech for me. But it was fascinating. Enjoy the program. Glad I made it this time, and look forward to the next one.
Thanks,
Mike, are you on GEDmatch?
I am. Val, I think Val is right underneath me for my first match.
I'm on too.
Okay.
Okay, Diane, Eddie, and Fanny.
What you want with me?
Closing comments. Diane first, then you, Eddie.
Me
Nice meeting y'all. Good to see y'all. And hope to see you again.
Bless your heart.
Okay, champ.
No, it's pretty. This has been pretty good. We're starting to get somewhere and share with you guys other tools that we can utilize. Like if you ever, I think everybody has my email address or something. You want me to put it in the chat where you can contact me and I can help you one-on-one. I do it with Jerry all the time. He'll call me at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm a, hey champ, can we Zoom a little while so I can show you, so I can show him something. So hey, if you get in touch with me, I will help you.
What's your email address?
It's FLYMAN1906@yahoo.com. And I do have I do Zoom also, so I do Zoom on the second and fourth Sunday of every month.
As long as there's no sports on.
Except for when there's sports, like now it's March
Madness. It's
Y'all
March.
killing me.
March Madness.
Yeah, March Madness.
Yeah.
Madness, rather.
And I'm Central Time, so I start mine at 4 o'clock.
Las Vegas would be 5.
No, Las Vegas would be 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Okay.
So I'm on there. If all you do is text me, send me a text if you want to join. Jerry's on there, Teresa's on there, Diane's on there. We do a little more and stuff like that.
Okay. On that, out of transparency, Eddie and myself, we wanted to reach as many of our family members as possible. And that's why we set our meetings up to be the opposite Sundays. At the same time, I'm on the first and third, and he's on the second and fourth Sundays. And we do have cross members who participate, and it's really been fruitful and a blessing. Fanny, go ahead. And then Teresa.
I have no comments. Go ahead.
Oh no, you can't get away with that.
I talk too much.
What happened to your phone? What happened to you? Your computer went down or something, or what?
No, I was looking at something else and screwed up. Full disclosure.
Well, thanks for your participation. Teresa and then Patricia.
Oh, everything was good. Would you stop? Everything was good. Nice meeting everyone. Well, I've seen some before. I haven't met Fanny or Valerie Johnson, I don't think.
Did you learn anything?
Did I learn anything?
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, I've seen some of it before in other meetings, so it's like a refresher for me. But I like the DNA painter. I like the family tree maker. I'm learning both, trying anyway.
Thank you. Patricia, then Tamara.
Okay, I really enjoyed this. Like earlier when I said I haven't figured out how I'm related to everyone, but now that I've heard all this about the ancestry part of the DNA, I will start working on that. So I'm sure that that will help me be able to narrow some things down. So again, thank you all for you know what you've learned and for sharing. And it's been a blessing to be here.
So how
Patricia,
many?
what do you live? You're in Henderson, you say?
No, I'm in Goodyear, Arizona.
Oh, Arizona. Okay.
I'm in Henderson.
Okay.
Hey, I was just out there.
But in Las Vegas?
Yeah, I got a best friend that lives in Henderson.
All right.
What's that street that you can go straight to Boulder? He's
Straight
right
to-
off of that interstate.
You're talking about a 95?
Yeah.
I'm right. You know what? Right before you get to Boulder, you exit at Wagon Wheel.
That's where he lives off of Wagon Wheel.
All right. Well, I'm a like you take the left, and you go to like Wagon Wheel. You go right. You go to you know, to where I live, by the college.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, so you can come see me when you're here.
You don't want
Yeah.
me stepping on your door.
Okay, let's go, Tamara.
We'll talk.
Me.
I'm sorry.
Tamara, and then
if I come see you.
Tamara, and then Val.
Okay. I really enjoyed the family tree maker presentation because I haven't done it in so long and it's changed a lot. I know Ancestry bought that, so I thought they were the same. The Ancestry tree was the same as the family tree maker, but I see you have more things to do with the family tree maker. I like it because the reports that you can run, you can share with family. So that's nice. Thank you.
And Tamara, you in Los Angeles too, right?
Yes.
I live in Los Angeles as well.
Oh, good.
Off of Martin Luther King and Western.
Oh, you're
Y'all
not that
know each
far
other?
from me.
No, I don't know her. No, I don't know her. But you know, when she say
You're
Los
not
Angeles,
that far
I'm in
from me.
Los
I'm
Angeles.
on Victoria and Floresta, like View Park.
By View Park. Oh, yeah, I know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're around the
All
corner
that
from me.
traffic, it's a little
Right, we're
far.
around the corner.
Yes.
And you two are related on the Moss side of the family.
Oh, okay.
City and Ruben Moss.
Right.
Okay. It's probably about 10-minute drive for me. Probably not even 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
In LA, that's an hour.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely meet. We have to definitely meet.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
She just moved her dentist office. Where's it at now?
Yeah, I just moved my office on it's on Manchester and Sepulveda.
Yeah. Over there close to the
airport.
At IHOP and the airport.
It's right next door to IHOP.
Right next to the IHOP?
Yeah, on the second floor, 207.
207?
Come on in.
Okay.
Okay, Val and cousin Val and Valerie, please.
Well, first of all, let me start off by saying thank you, Jerry, for your leadership in regards to this particular session. It's been very informative. I thank also Diane, who's very, very knowledgeable, and of course, Eddie, for their sharing so that we have other instruments to look at, to consider in growing our family relations and connections and so forth. And I'm going to be working with one or the other to be able to connect with the information that they have shared today. So I'm most appreciative because it helps me to grow even more.
Thank you, Cuz. Valerie?
She doesn't have a mic.
Okay. I just want to say, is there anyone at this time that wants to do a presentation on the second that you can think of right now? 15 minutes plus or minus.
Mike will.
I could talk about my butchering experience, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. So,
Well,
You're like Murdow, you kind of help get rid of your relatives.
Mike
Yeah.
was right here, give a good presentation.
Well, be ready. Be
Come
ready.
on, Mike. Come on, Mike. You can do it.
Be ready, Eddie, Diane, and Teresa. Just like we did here, you stepped up, you stepped up and you showed out. Okay,
Yes.
it's all good. It's all God. Stay safe.
All right, nice seeing you.
All
Now,
right.
remember, y'all
Bye.
can get in touch with me.
Good night.
Get
Have
in
a
touch with me.
blessed
Or
week.
join me on my meeting next Sunday.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, y'all.
Okay.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Bye. Take care.
You too.
What? Cause it's so good to see you.
Oh, for sure, man. It's I tell you, this is unbelievable, man. It has every time I look at it, I always see a lot more than you see all the people and how everybody's related, man. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and that's why I I feel a responsibility to be able to hand this torch to you, like vice versa. I want to make sure you're well versed on who's who, and just by us communicating, I want to share it. I want to pass it to you, run some. Then when you go, some go your quarter of a mile, pass it back to me, and I'll go mine. And what's happening is by taking that approach, you saw how you were connected with Tamara.
Oh yeah, oh for
Come on
sure.
now,
Yeah.
that's
And she's not that far from me. She's only about 10 minutes from me.
no, and that really made me feel when I first met her. It's pretty significant because she was on the City Roberts, the wife. See, she's on
Okay.
the wife's side of Reuben Moss. See,
Okay.
our Thomas Reuben Moss is our second great grandfather, and his wife is City. And see,
Okay.
and so their kids, that's how we match them through our DNA. So we're matching on that City Roberts. So we're getting it. You see how we're getting it on both sides.
Right.
And so that's how I'm meeting people I'm meeting them through our great grandmother's side, and we're meeting them from our great grandfather's side.
Right.
And
That's
again,
saying a lot.
and again, they're right here.
Yes.
They're right where we are.
Yes. Even the sisters out there in Fontana, she was like 50 miles from here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And Diane's not
Yeah,
far.
Diane, because that's Diane Trotter, right? Because she's in Fontana.
Diane, she's sharp.
Yeah.
We got them everywhere, man. Like it. They're right where you are.
Oh, they are too. They are. And that's a good thing.
And so that's why I wanted to show you the connections. I can talk to Brunel's, I can talk to Moss to you, just so
right.
you can get a better understanding. And old Fanny, she was on a roll, wasn't she?
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good though, because they have so much information to share, Jerry. And when you start looking at the trees that they've developed, and it shows a lot of history and how they connect the dots. Put it like that.
It helps. And
right.
And they're nice enough to share that information, and then to get that information and share it, and then wow, you get these a lot of wow moments, and thank you. It's brought us together as a family that we never knew.
Right.
Yes. And again, these are our DNA relatives.
Correct.
And so look what kind of time we're having for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, man. Because they have so much to share, and because everybody's searching, and the fact that everybody's searching is, it becomes all the questions that's being asked and answered. How all the connections is, and then just where everybody's living and where everybody came from.
And what we've been through and
Oh,
going
yeah,
through
man.
and what we're going through. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And just like the one sister, she was in Omaha.
Yeah.
I can't,
Darlene.
Darlene. She's in Omaha.
I
Okay.
met her, like I told you. She came to visit me.
Yeah. And so because she's there, she's been there that long. So I know she knows relatives on my mom's side. And that's what I was asking her.
And on your dad's side.
Oh, for sure. Yo, definitely that. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the connection on both sides of the family.
And so that's another thing too. Now, you and I now are able to bring people in Omaha together who don't even know that they're relatives.
Right.
So that's what's happened.
Right.
And so when we were there, we didn't know them. Now we know them.
Okay. Now you told me that you needed some information from me, right?
Yeah.
And you needed my mom's name, right?
Yeah.
And you need her date of birth or where she was born and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yep.
Okay. And also my children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
Or just the children.
No, children and grandchildren. And then what I can do is I'll be able to put that. You and I we're gonna meet on a private Zoom meeting.
Okay.
I'm gonna get that information, and I'm gonna write it down. And you remember when I was showing you my my report, my genealogy report, and I told you, hey, Wandell, here's where yours is gonna go.
Right.
That's where it's gonna go. So I'm gonna get my tree, and then when I get to Uncle Hubert, I'm gonna add your mother, and I'm gonna add you. Then I'm gonna add your kids so that it can come, and your grandkids, so that at the end of the report, they'll come down just like you see my great granddaughter, Sunshine.
Right.
It went all the way from all of them down to my 5-year-old.
Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get all the information. I'm going to put it in the email and send it to you.
That's good. And then
that way you have it in the email.
And then I can enter it in.
Right. So what I can do, I'll create a file and send you the file.
That's true. Yeah, we do that.
Okay. And I'll send you all the information, and that way you'll have it and be able to plug in. And then once I get my results, and then that'll link me in there right there with you.
And see, that's what happens. Like while you're in the process of sending your test results in, now it's time for you to work on your tree.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is time. This is the time you do your research. You start getting involved and getting all your information, so that when you do get your DNA, you'll be able to have your basis that you know, and then you can start building from that.
Okay.
See, because Arlette's there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So and then Stevie and them, so they're all there. So we just gotta keep. We have to be the ones that pass this information down to our descendants.
Right.
That's one of the goals.
Yeah, I tell you what I'm going to do, Jerry. Once I get through with Erin's unit and get her unit rented, I'm gonna take a drive down there to San Diego, and I'm gonna spend the weekend out there and hang out with you for a couple of days.
Oh, that'd be so great.
Yeah,
I'd love that.
Hang out with you for a couple of days, because I ain't did that in a while, so I get a chance to hang out with you. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I sure like to be riding around with your rocket you got, man. Yeah, let's do that. Put a
Yeah,
little,
I'm
put some
gonna roll down
miles on
some.
it.
Hey, look at, hey, we can roll anywhere, man. We can roll anywhere.
I know. Shit,
So
big time. And your music,
so
the music list, the music you're gonna have. Yeah, I'm
oh
for
yeah,
it.
oh yeah. So I'm getting to the point right now that next week I'll be able to get some of the vendors out there, start doing some work, the painters and the
Yeah, yeah.
carpet, the blinds and stuff like that. And once I get all done with it, and we get and I meet all the people, the potential renters, and once she gets it rented, then I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna come down there, spend the weekend with you.
Well, first chance. Hey, every time I see your face, you know I light up. So much love to you, cuz.
Same to you. Look, I love you, love you and everything, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon too.
Okay,
All right, take care. Tell everybody I said hi, much love.
I will.
All right, love you, cuz.
Love you more.
All right.